I am looking for a motion to adopt tonight's agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Francis,
Second.
second by Burek. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The ayes have it 4-0. First item of business is visitors to be heard. Seeing no visitors, we will continue on with our agenda this evening. Next item is our consent agenda. Our consent agenda includes items from the May 27th City Council Workshop Meeting, the May 27th City Council Public Hearing, the May 27th City Council Business Meeting, the June 2nd City Council Special Meeting, Closed Session, June 9th City Council Workshop Meeting Minutes, and our long-term capital improvement plan quote approval. Looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda? Administrator Colander, I know I had reached out with some corrections and additions. The minutes, were those made?
Madam Mayor, they have.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Okay. All right, then looking for a motion to approve consent agenda letters A through F.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Francis,
I'll second.
second by Arvizio. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Next item of business this evening is our accounts payable, and I'm going to turn that over to Administrator Colander.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the council. Our accounts payable city bills was $247,924.76. One thing I want to note on the city bills, there was my expense for going to the safety and loss workshop. And there was one other one that was put to the Minnesota Mayors Association. So accounting will be moving that over to the League of Minnesota Cities because that's where the payment goes. So that's just one correction in there. Our ACH payments were $5,744.94. Our street project payments, $10,518 with a total payables $264,187.70. I will stand for any questions.
Any questions for staff regarding accounts payable? Okay, hearing none, and thank you for making that correction on the accounts payable as well. Looking for a motion to approve city bills, ACH bills, and the 2024 street project bills.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Arvizio,
I'll second that motion.
second by Burek. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Next item of business this evening is our staff reports. All of those have been submitted in writing from our fire department, Chief Dennison, from West Hennepin Public Safety, Chief Rose, our city engineer, and Public Works, city planner, and then administration and finance. Administrator Colander.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the council. One thing I wanted to point out on my administrative finance report, as you can see, this report looks a little bit differently than it did last month. I worked with Banyan to get them to have this report so it shows the total departments, as you guys had been asking for. However, the year-to-date budget percentage is not correct. So I did send out earlier today and did ask Assistant Administrator Larson to update the packet online with the correct percentage to budget. I will work with Banning on getting to figure out why that is off, but that was all.
Thank you for that update, Administrator Colander. Will the new report be added to the report, to the packet online then? Updated one?
Yes, it has been.
Okay, thank you. I knew it was emailed to us. I just didn't know if it was perfect. Thank you for doing that. All right. Any other questions? Okay, hearing none, I'm looking for a motion to receive staff reports A through F as submitted.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Francis,
I'll second that motion.
second by Burek. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, 4-0. We have no old business before us this evening, so we will move on to new business. And for that, we have Hoffberry Legal Service Agreement, and I will turn that over to staff.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the council. I presented to you a 5-year civil municipal legal services agreement with Hoffberry. In years past, Scott has emailed us during budget season to let us know, if the rate is going up or not. Last year it did not, this year it will. And I discussed with him about putting together, a budget schedule. And this is something that he does with some of his other cities. It is an agreement recognizing the increases to the rates, a lot like our people service contracts, depending on, all the variables that will determine how the rate goes up and down. It does not lock us into a 5-year contract. If for some reason we decided we wanted legal services elsewhere, we would just let him know. So I am recommending approval of this, so we have a good 5-year knowledge for our budgeting.
Looking for a motion to approve the Hoffberry Legal Service Agreement.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Francis,
I'll second that motion.
second by Burek. Any discussion or questions? I just want to clarify that I read it correct, and I believe I just heard you reiterate, at any time during the 5 years, if we want to go out for RFP or make any changes, we can get out of this contract with no penalties.
That is correct, Madam Mayor.
Okay. Thank you. Right, any other discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, 4-0. Next this evening, we have council reports and other business. Who would like to kick this off? Councilmember Burek?
Start us off. Today I had cookies with council at Veterans Park. I just want to say I've been choosing the parks because I want to try highlighting what we have. The getting people out, getting people to cookies with council has been a challenge, but it's great to see the interaction with the community. And second of all, I'm really looking forward to the League of Minnesota Cities conference this week to just get out and represent Maple Plain. That's all I got.
Great. Thank you, Councilmember Burek. Councilmember Francis?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This month for meetings has been relatively quiet. As being a member of Orono Rotary, I was on the working side of Party in the Park. And there's a lot of stuff that goes into organizing that. I had a great time, met a lot of people. It was great to see the big crowds and the families. Weather cooperated. Storm came within less than a mile of the park. I always believe that it doesn't rain at parks, so still, it's holding true. And that's about it, besides attending some workshops. Tonight's meeting, been relatively quiet. And I like that for heading into summer. I may have just jinxed it, and I apologize.
All right, thank you, Councilmember Francis. Councilmember Vizio?
Yes, so not a lot for me to report. I was gone away on personal business, family business, I suppose. With the watershed, it was canceled due to the holiday of Juneteenth. So not much to report there, but I feel like I'm really happy I'm part of that group because I feel that we're going to do a lot of good there, with especially kind of restoring lakes and natural areas around here. So happy to be part of that, but so not much to report there. But I am also, like Andrew, looking forward to the League of Minnesota workshop conference. Sorry, I'm lost for words tonight. But so just again represent Maple Plain and getting to learn how to be a better leader, better community steward, if you will, to help our citizens of this fine city. And I guess that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, sounds good, thank you. I was able to attend the Hennepin County Sheriff's open house. It's great to have such a resource so close to us, both, you know, in Plymouth and Spring Park, and the partnerships that we share with the Hennepin County Sheriff and West Hennepin Public Safety is invaluable. With Assistant City Administrator Larson and Councilmember Francis, we're continuing to work on the rebranding committee. Right now, our big project is working on city signage at the entrances and the parks. I'm just creating unity and letting people know where they are and where we are. We've been busy with special meetings and workshops. Rotary has been very busy with Party in the Park. A huge thank you to our sponsors and Maple Plain Fire Department and West Suburban Fire, West Hennepin Public Safety, and all of the volunteers that make it possible. It was a beautiful night. The park looked awesome with all the flags flying for heroes, and it's just fun to see the park full and people smiling, and Mother Nature was good to us, so we're grateful for that. Regional council mayors, our focus this month was on water, and we talked about a year of water, kicking off with Aquatennial this year and ending with Aquatennial closing next year, about celebrate, inform, connect, grateful for the water we have being an essential resource, and just how important that is for all of us. West Hennepin Chamber of Commerce, we had a social this month at the Minnesota Beef Council. I learned a lot about beef in different cuts and how to cook it and prepare it, so that was cool. Special thanks to Kelly and Heather for hosting that. Nice to have such a great resource in our city. Northwest Hennepin League of Municipalities, Ann from the League of Minnesota Cities came out and gave us a legislative update, so that was very informative with everything that has happened, and we look forward to learning more as a council and staff and working through all of those things. I was able to attend Grill Days at Haven Homes. It's always fun to visit with the residents and the staff and just spend time with them and hear their stories. It's wonderful. On Saturday, I had the privilege, I was invited to do story time with the mayor at the Hennepin County Library, so thank you to Casey for that invitation. We had a great time. We sang some songs, read some stories, colored some pictures, and even had some fruit snacks together. So it was great. There was lots of little babies and toddlers and children in attendance, and fun to meet parents and community members as well. There's always the calls, the meetings, the emails with business owners, residents, and staff, and that's always good too, and the consultants. Just want to remind people, if you haven't already heard, that on July 9th, we will be having the groundbreaking for Quick Trip on July 9th at 1 p.m. will be the groundbreaking, so everyone is invited to that on the south side of Gateway Boulevard to the west of Moniz, so come and join us. We had a meeting today. McGarry's Pub is hosting their charity golf classic, and all of the money raised will be going to West Hennepin Public Safety and Maple Plain Fire. So they are looking for foursomes. It's $125 a golfer or $400 to sponsor a hole. So reach out to James at the pub or give me a call or email, and I can get you in contact with him. And all that money stays right here in our community, so we're thrilled about that. On August 2nd, the museum has invited everyone to an ice cream social down at their museum. West Hennepin Public Safety is looking for hosts to host Night to Unite parties on August 5th. So you can reach out to them directly to schedule that, and then they will send a list to all of us council members, and we'll try and come and visit your party if you would so have us. And then I just want to draw some attention. I serve on the Orno Coalition, and this is in partnership with the schools, with Orno Schools, and I'm the elected official representative, and we are working with 988, and it's a 24/7 free confidential crisis support. And these signs will be going up in Rainbow Park and in Veterans Memorial Park. They're all over Orno Schools campus and other areas in the city. And we just want to remind people that there is always someone there, and you just can text help to 988, and people will talk with you. And you know, Hope has a number. You just need to text 988. The Lifeline is comprised of a national network of over 200 local crisis centers, combining local care and resources with national standards and best practices. So no one's alone, and we all go through hard times, and just we want to be a resource to people. So we are grateful to the Orno Coalition for providing these signs, and to our staff who will put them up in Veterans Memorial Park and Rainbow Park. So if you see those, that's what they're about. All right, I think that's all I have. Does anyone? I too am looking forward to Duluth. We'll have more to report next month after the conference and we do the workshops. So anybody else? Any other business to come before us this evening? Okay, if not, looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Francis,
I'll second that motion.
second by Burek. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The ayes have it, 4-0. The meeting's adjourned at 7:16.